Hey, coming at you on the 14th of June, Monday. Really have enjoyed reading the feedback on the synthesizer video. Really happy to share that with you. I just want to say that Omaha, underneath the bland surface of Midwest Omaha, there's always a lot of good and interesting things going on artistically here and musically always. Aaron Gum is the guy in the video with me, a longtime friend of mine, is a wizard and someone who I think really deserves a lot more acclaim locally and internationally. He's been building his synthesizer module is a work of progress, ongoing for 18 years. That's why it's so massive. But he knows how to use it. He's teaching me. And that's what's interesting about this video. The response to it has been overwhelmingly positive. And I at first was concerned because I put this performance together with Aaron specifically for the Omaha Under the Radar series, which happens every summer. And this performance was sponsored by the Experimental Sound Studios in Chicago. So when I was approached to participate, they asked me, and I thought to myself, what do I want to do? And honestly, one of the first thoughts I had was getting Aaron involved somehow, because he is so talented and just an interesting guy. The response, I'll show some records in a second, but the response to the video has been so strong that once I had done that, with them, I said I'd like to continue, working and learning. And now it's like, well, yeah, absolutely. Folks want to hear and obtain the music. And that one, those first three improvs were the very first beginning. So it's just going to get better. But thanks. Thank you. Thank you for your feedback. Matt and Jazz in Britain, I have been really busy, so I've just barely scratched the surface on this Mike Gibbs. But I can go ahead and tell the world that once again, Jazz in Britain comes through with a stellar release. Mike Gibbs is someone who I know about and have very little of his work, primarily because the records are hard to find. When the records were first coming out in the 70s, I may have seen some, but, again, I was so young and trying to absorb everything. But I have to listen to this deeply to say something about it, but I already know the thing to know about Jazz in Britain and these releases that they're doing of this material from the past is top rate. This stuff is top rate. It's like this is some of the very best music to come out of Britain. And it's in that space that I particularly like, that includes the Canterbury School. So check out Mike Gibbs. I went to another record store Saturday and did buy some record store day items. I have been so busy with various projects, music related, that I have really not had much time to listen to this new stuff, but I'll show you. And interestingly, last night, rather than listening to a lot of new records, I played old stuff. Gentle Giant, Octopus. Iconic album cover by Roger Dean. This was my introduction to the band. in 1972. I would have gotten turned on to them a year earlier with three friends, but I'll call him a jackass. A jackass record store employee actually told me to don't bother with Gentle Giant, get the Uriah Heep, which is what I did. And I'm glad I did, but Gentle Giant was what I was really looking for. Played this some more. Bathfull of Ecstasy by Hot Chip. I just really think these guys are real good. And I was thinking in bed, what is it about this as opposed to just straight like hip-hop? Because they take a lot from black music. And I just want to say this to try to express, because it's like, I think it's important to try to check, what is it about the difference? And it's the freedom in the mind of, I have to say this, of the white life experience that is reflected in this music that I'm drawn to. It's like the entire gamut of imagination and life is open to these folks, as opposed to just, and this is true, a big focus of a lot of urban, I'll just put it like that, music is not as wide open, okay? And that's the world I am interested in. The whole package. The universe is mine. I did play this, Musica Electronica Viva. And this is some cool stuff and a real nice green vinyl. This is improvisation. This is really where a lot of this stuff started back in the 60s and 70s. I love it. It's absorbing. It's absorbing. I don't know what else to tell you about this. If you see that, I'd get it. But what else did I get? Did I show that? I think I did. Okay. These are the ones that I got. I'm going to get these here. Okay, I bought 5 more records. Excuse me. I went ahead and got the prints, and I'm glad I did. Did I show this? I don't think I did. No, because I got it at Recycled, and that was after I'd made that video. I have this, the CD of this, The Truth, and I bought it at the last time I saw him. I bought it at the merch table last time I saw Prince. I guess it was 98. This is very good, and it is acoustic for the most part, but there are these incidental electronics on it, and there's a couple songs on here that weren't on the original CD that I bought, and this is well worth it. This is good. I picked up another of the Tone Poet Blue Note series. This is one of the ones in particular I was after, Contours by Sam Rivers. Really strong album. Herbie Hancock is on here. Ron Carter, Joe Chambers, The Cats. Seriously, you jazzers, or you folks that say you like jazz, if you haven't heard this, this is a prime Blue Note album. This is a really solid date. It's so good that I actually listened to the drum solo. And it's been a long time now, but for probably for decades, when I listen to records, when a drum solo comes up, I literally pick up the needle and skip it over. That one, this is good. It's solid, get it. This is not a record store day item, but it was in the store, and I'd been wanting it. Tenement Year. The Tenement Year by Pere Ubu. Ohio band. David Thomas. Know Your History. Important band regarding progressive punk, avant-garde music. Good stuff. And I still have only just dropped the needle to just check the vinyl. I really haven't explored this yet. And I got 2 more record store day items that I actually was kind of interested in. I got the Bayla, Run Some Cootie, Open Close. This one was indeed one that I was after. Bayla's an important figure in the history of Africa, of black liberation, and of music. Look at that, really nice. That, again, is fun. But this is really well made. You do not hear, this is really well made. You don't hear any surface, anything. It's pure quiet. So this was a record store day item that I was happy to be able to get a hold of. And the last one, for a minute I thought, I don't know if I need this, I don't need it, but I'm going to go ahead and get it. And I'm really glad I did. Tangerine Dream, live in Reims Cathedral, 1974. Controversial concert that the Pope or somebody like that banned rock concerts after this. This, as the band, they explain in the booklet, this is a really nice package. Booklet, I'll show the records in a second. But at the beginning of the making of this music, it was completely improvised, just like what Aaron and I did in the video. That's completely improvised. We are searching and trying to manipulate the equipment, searching, you know. We're not in control, and they say it in here. They weren't in control. Everything was a fly by the seat of your pants improvisation. Once they got the synthesizers in tune, and you might have noticed in our video that one of the synthesizers, while we were playing it, went out of tune. It's one of those older ones. But look at this. It's 2 picture discs. Generally speaking, I'm not really into picture discs because of the sound quality. Now these are really good. It's really quiet. You always hear the paper under the vinyl. When you drop the needle, there's a surface sound. Okay, on all picture discs. This one is incredibly quiet when it comes to that. And the recording of the concert is really clear and clean and loud. So I'm really glad that I bought this. Okay. That's mainly what I want to share, people. Yeah. Take care.